Welcome to the Fan Club YouTube channel. Please make sure to subscribe, like this video, and comment down below.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Fan Club podcast. We got a good one today. Hey, Frizz?
Oh, yeah, a lot to catch up on here. Oh,
Tons.
A little spicy, these mics.
Yelly, where did we just come back from?
We just came back from the great white north of Canada.
Eh?
Eh?
Yeah, it was beautiful, beautiful weekend celebrating our boss's wedding. What a blast.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We had a good time. He just came back from a little mini moon. I think that's what the kids call it these days.
Crescent moon.
Crescent moon. And, now we finally get to interview him about his special day.
Yeah, he just rolled in. Can hear him rustling out there. First time back in the office in a long time for him.
He's been back for maybe 40 minutes, and we're already putting him back on the spot.
Yeah, we've been waiting all day for this moment.
He's got to work hard for this one. But, what else do we have here? What's going on?
Well, I'm just going to say it first. I guess we can't come in at noon every day anymore.
Why?
It's a bummer.
I
Huge bummer.
get it.
Can't come in for 2 hours and hit the golf course.
Go for a rollerblade.
Go to the
Can't do it.
beach. Yeah, can't do it anymore. Back to reality. But, hey, tomorrow's Friday.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Nice while it lasted, but sure will be nice as well not having to check our phone to see what he's barking at. We have to do next. Now we can just do it in person.
Yeah, maybe we should send him off to his real honeymoon quick after this episode.
Hop right back
Take
on a
the
flight.
month. Take the month.
Yeah, but yeah.
Hey, Lawson. Yeah. You here?
Here.
You want to come join the show?
I would love to.
Oh, here he is.
Welcome.
Oh, look at your spots even changed, too.
A sign for my
Look
seat.
at this
Married seating only.
married guy.
And this guy is married behind me.
And you got a nice little treat.
Pretty cool. And a coffee. Dang.
Congratulations,
Happened
buddy.
just once in my life, and
Wow.
you guys are treating me special for it. So
Welcome.
Gotta- take this part in. I'm actually really, really excited to chat about this episode and stuff because I think we got some funny stories from the wedding and everything to recap.
We do. And
Exactly.
I was going to ask first question, but it's already botched.
What is it?
I wanted you to show off your bling.
Yeah.
You don't have it on.
I don't have it.
Lost today already.
Yeah, you want the real story or the fake story?
Let's get into it. Real.
Fake story is that
Oh.
it's I'll just tell you the fake story I was going to use is that it's at getting shined up, but that was a lie. So I'll just tell you that it's with Emma right now. I kind of did forget it because I didn't put it back on in the morning because I took it off for the night. I thought she was going to bring it to my house and then ended up just leaving it at her place. So she felt like it was a good thing though because there's a high chance that I could lose it, and especially if we're traveling and we're going on a trip to Toronto, that it's probably better off that the thing is just
'cause
done.
that's your
probably
great grandpa's ring, isn't it?
No, just my grandpa.
Oh, pretty
Fits
cool.
perfect, though.
No grades. Yeah,
Well,
it does.
Well, since you already don't have your ring on, we actually have something to put on your finger for the show.
There you go.
Is this an upgrade? Is this an
Yeah.
upgraded ring for
It's
me?
lighter, but it's bigger.
I don't know if
Lighter,
it's lighter
yet
or not.
heavier.
It's hard to tell. There we go.
Look at that.
Fits like a charm.
I'm kind of hungry though.
There
Oh,
you
yeah.
go.
You make
Some
it a little
energy.
smaller.
That was good.
That can be your ring for the episode.
Yeah, Cuddy, can you take a picture of him as it on his ring?
Thank you.
That's a delicious looking
But like
ring.
Yelly said, it was the ring that I got was my dad's dad. He died, so I got his ring, his wedding ring.
And was it true? Your dad said this in his speech, but that it fit perfectly?
Yeah, it did.
Wow.
Didn't have to get it
Wow.
resized at
That's
all.
cool.
It slid on my finger like perfectly.
You guys all look at each other like, wow.
It's
Me
meant to
and
be.
Grandpa know. We know it.
Good finger
Yeah,
jeans.
and his middle name was Lawson as well.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Does
so-
it feel different having it on there? Like, is it?
I like to play with it a lot. Yeah,
tinker with it.
I do. I tinkered with it too much, and that's why I was like,
yeah, you're going to lose
there's
it.
a chance that I'm just gonna. I don't think I'm gonna drop it, but I do. I like to play with it. it's like a habit. I don't know how long that's supposed to last for. That's like a 1 week thing or not, but I've never worn rings in my life, so I don't know what's normal or not, you know?
Yeah, us either.
Yeah. You guys will
We can't
find
help
out.
you in that department. Sorry.
Yeah, but what I think I'm going to do is like a common thing is that you get like a fake silicone ring. I'm not sure if you've heard about that, but gonna get one of those and then I'll wear that.
I've seen those at Dick's Sporting Goods.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's for athletes, I think, is how it started.
Yeah, like for athletes, people, depending on what you do for work, stuff like that. So I think with my job here, it'd be best to have not the real deal coming into work. You never know what's going to happen.
True. Who knows how typing? You're going to be typing like this and clanking the ring all around.
Get it lost in a donut at work. Sorry.
Well, dude, your wedding was pretty dang awesome. And I can honestly say, no bias, it was the favorite wedding I've been to.
That's awesome.
I second that.
Do you? What about you?
No, it was great. It was tons of fun. I was telling like people who asked, like my parents and stuff, the little details going into like the cups or the decorations or the little events and stuff like that were so cool and unique. But I also knew if there's people that were going to do it, it was going to be you and Emma to find those little fun things involved.
Well, that's all credit to Emma for that detail. She put so much time into thinking about everything. Like you said, even I didn't know every detail down to until I saw it like the day before, and I was like, wow, this is really thought out. Every spot had something to it. Like the water bottles here too.
Oh yeah,
this one's sponsored by our wedding this episode. So
yes,
like the water bottles had custom logo on it and
cups.
There was just everything was
I like
thought out.
the match bottles that gave us or assigned seats. That was really cool.
The creative, to be
slow
where
burn
you're seated
is what it meant, right?
Yeah, slow burn kind of love. I made that sign.
Did you actually?
Well, I put the glue on. I stuck it together, but yeah, that was like a cool thing. That well, first off, the fact that you guys liked it that much, that was like my thing that I wanted was that I was gonna be really happy if all my friends just really had a good time and then they felt that coming to it was one of their favorite weddings. That was I shouldn't even say my goal because I didn't really have that much to like put into like the idea of it, but my hope at the end of it was that everyone was like, that was the best wedding I've ever been to.
Yeah, I mean, it had everything that we ever wanted, just being guests at your wedding. I mean, it's outdoors.
Yeah.
Good dance floor.
Definitely
good
set
food.
the standard high for the next few to come.
Well, I can say, but at the end of it too, I thought the same thing. I was like, I'm really happy with how this went. We had like some emotional moments. We had the dance floor. That was a lot of fun. That was important to me. I was like, if my wedding has a good dance floor and everyone's having fun at the end and there's no like rules and everyone just can kind of like go do what they do until we kind of stop, like not stop too early, then that was going to be like perfect. And I just saw everybody just having a blast.
We were there till the music shut off.
Yeah.
You achieved it.
From 12 to 2, I was telling these guys earlier that it flew by, like absolutely flew by. All of a sudden it was time to go, but yeah, definitely have a lot of good footage, photos from it all, so can't wait to see all that run back.
Yeah, I know. It flew by for me. I didn't even get a chance to like do everything there, like photo-wise. That flower wall picture thing, I didn't get a chance to even take a photo there. Like I wanted to, but it happened like I realized that you just talk to so many people and everything kind of goes by really quickly. You don't have time to do everything.
It's like, would you say your own wedding is like, it's obviously about you, but it's really for everyone else to have more fun?
I think so.
Because you seem pretty busy the whole time.
Yeah. I was busy. And when I was busy and I looked at you guys, that fact that you guys were talking to people and you guys were having fun, to me, I was like, okay, that's good then, right? I don't need to enjoy everything as long as I know you guys had a drink at cocktail hour, as long as you guys tried the gelato. That's kind of what I wanted to have like my guests enjoy it a lot.
Yeah. It was great.
You did it, man.
Also, it helped just my mom's kind of a very big party planner, so she had a lot to do with it. Give her a lot of
Props
credit
to
to her
her,
and
'cause-
Emma's family as well. got a lot of those things
I
out.
will say my one regret is did not get to try the wedding cake. Me and Cuddy had
me neither.
about 8 different kinds of cheesecake, but for
Those
the
were
wedding
probably
cake, we
better.
just couldn't quite
Dude,
get
that
there.
peanut butter cheesecake. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Last night when we got
I
back,
had the last piece.
yeah, there was so many. I looked at that table too. I'm like, what the heck are we like? Why are there so many different cheesecakes here? Everyone had 2 slices out of them, but there was like 10. So we're gonna have cheesecake leftovers at my house for
A year.
the next year. Plus wedding cake. I think only 1 slice was taken out,
Come on.
and that's the one me and Emma cut. Not even kidding.
Looks
Really?
like you might
Yeah.
need to bring some
I
back
think everyone
here
was
then.
just grabbing that cheesecake, grabbing the pizza, the French fries.
Yeah. I know.
But the real wedding dinner was incredible.
Yeah, it was good too.
That was really good.
Small.
I want that dressing for the salad.
Yeah, the salad was so good.
Some strawberries and clementines in
Yeah.
there.
Food guy. Yeah. What
Fresh.
did you think?
Oh, it was awesome. I also said that I had 4 of the charcuterie cups.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had 4 of those. I was able to get a bunch of Trey's food too because he's a picky eater. So I got to have his salad and some of his mashed potatoes. So I was fat and happy.
That's a
Did
good
you ha-
thing.
The gelato, I was pretty amazed by that. We, when I got back last night, me, Emma, and her parents were just eating gelato out of the tub that was left over just by the spoonful, and I really got to enjoy it then. I was like, wow, this stuff was unbelievable.
Yeah, I
It's
guess
like
I
coconut
forgot
flavored.
how many leftovers of everything there would have been too. So yeah, I guess that's nice to munch on as well.
Yeah.
Better than running out, which was
Oh yeah.
a worry on the drink side, but we had plenty of everything left over.
Yeah, there was never a moment that we were short on anything like
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It kept flowing. I mean, I've never even seen such a quick. We had wine with dinner, and the bottle was gone, and like 30 seconds later, one of the caterers came and brought a fresh new one.
Oh, really?
Without even asking.
Really?
Yeah.
She knew what table she
Jeez.
was going to.
Yeah.
She knew you guys were the heavy hitters.
We were kind of a loud table.
Yeah, we were right out front.
Right by the
Did
mic.
you do that on
right by the
purpose? Did you
mics.
do the tables?
No, I didn't. But that was a good spot for you guys to be at. You're
chatter.
cheering loud. Yeah, these guys were giving the boost of confidence. The people giving the speeches when they said something funny or something that needed a little woot woot. Then
There's a lot of woos.
Yeah.
Sam was giving the
Sam was
pump
giving
ups.
some good woos.
Yeah.
I was like, because we were actually directly in line of the camera for the speeches.
Yeah.
And I was like kind of sitting there the whole time in the background, like, don't do anything stupid. You're going to be on camera.
Picking
Yeah.
your nose.
The speech is about Paul and Kelly or Cam
Yeah.
and Sheila. Like, don't do anything dumb that they're going to make fun of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess like even going back to the beginning, maybe we can. I think there's a lot to talk about
There's tons.
story wise. First of all, of you guys getting to Winkler. What was really cool, like you guys got to meet like the bowling alley night. Talk about even that a bit. How you guys got to meet some of my old teammates too for the first time that I have played with in Omaha. Old roommate in Omaha, Pat. Like, how was it just
bowling alley
getting there with
was
everyone?
great. I mean, everyone here was there a little bit before Batesy and I, because we were out at the rehearsal dinner and then showed up at the bowling alley, and everyone was already like just having a blast, and you could hear Taver's laugh right when you walked in the door. I actually showed up, and you know how Johnny is? He doesn't eat until everyone has their food.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So we showed up, and him and Taver were sitting across from each other, and they both had their food, but I think Jenna didn't have her food.
Yeah.
And so they were waiting or whatever, and then all of a sudden Taver made it this thing. He's like, he wants Johnny to stop that rule
Yeah.
because he hates that
I
rule
want
so
to stop
much.
that rule.
And they had a 30-minute standoff. Even when everyone had their food, they just stared at each other because they didn't want to be the first one to eat their food. So they let their food get cold just to have this stupid little competition.
The funny thing was Johnny got his food first. Literally the first
Really?
person at the table that got his wings. And everyone else was like done eating by the time he even took one bite of it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, his food was there when I showed up, and he didn't eat it for probably 40 minutes after I was sitting down.
Yeah. They were going for
But-
pride at that point.
Yeah, it was nice when Dave showed up with Chase, and then Pat obviously
showed
was
up.
there, I think that was kind of
Nico showed up.
Nico,
Yeah.
and then you, Nico, and Cole. That was it at the bowling alley, and it was super nice of our waitress. I believe her name was Lisa. Kept it open late for us, and she was very helpful. So that
Yeah.
made it a more fun night than I expected to have
Yeah.
that Friday.
Yeah, because we walked to and from the bowling alley, so the walk home was pretty funny.
It was funny.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's kind of a far walk. What is
Yeah.
it? A mile at least?
My watch kicked on, so it was over 15 minutes of walk.
Yeah, it was good.
I
Team
had a
bonding.
workout at 1 a.m. somehow. Like, when did I do that?
And then you guys ran the next day, didn't you?
Yeah,
Or was
and I
that just
did.
Dave?
No, Yelly and I did too.
What did you run?
Just
3
around.
miles, a little over 3 miles around town.
I took Yelly on a little Winkler tour. Brought him into the rink.
Yeah, saw you guys sold the rink.
We went to
Nice.
Charlie
Oh, I saw-
B's for lunch. It
For
was good.
for those that don't know, Winkler's like a really small city too. That me and Will, some of you probably know, played junior hockey in, so Will knew the town a little bit. But it's a small city. Like even compared to your small city in Geneva.
Yeah.
Like what did you think of it? Has like nothing really going
Yeah,
on.
I don't know. Like like you said, there's not much outside of like. To me, it seemed like there's a lot of mom and pop stuff like towards the downtown, and then you got like a Dairy Queen and a Co-op and a Tim Hortons, and that's about it. So
Well, I was actually impressed with how much it's grown and how there's like actual like decent sized franchises for like little restaurant things, or even like you guys have that big superstore now. Like when I would go play junior there, that's when there really wasn't that much.
They had the superstore.
They did?
Yeah, they did.
Oh. Well, I was
But no,
impressed with like
there's
the
other
little
things.
strip malls and stuff now that weren't there before.
Yeah. And
Yeah, it's booming.
and you
Is it true it's the third biggest city in Manitoba?
If that's the
Winnipeg,
case-
Brandon, and then either Stein or Winkler probably.
that is insane, dude.
Portage. Yeah, I think it's bigger than Portage. So
That's
yeah,
crazy.
it
It's
is. Yeah,
insane.
how crazy is that?
That is crazy to put that in perspective because that's a super small town.
Yeah,
But it's the third biggest in. Well, I'm gonna mispronounce
Manitoba.
the word Providence.
Province.
Province.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And you luckily came through with Trey. Funny story
Yeah.
about that is Frizz actually invited one of our friends to my wedding.
Yeah, the week before we're all
That was a
sitting around.
hilarious invite.
Yeah,
It was a week before.
The week before, or yeah, must like 10 days before or something like that. I was very close to it. I just realized that before he couldn't come, and then his situation changed, and we were all sitting around the table, and I was like, "Hey, Lawson," or what? I can't even remember how
I'm
it
pretty
went.
sure you
but
went like, "Hey, Lawson, so you can invite Trey to your wedding now?"
You invited
Yeah,
him for
Something like that.
That is what he said. I don't know if that's okay or not okay on the scale of how involved your friends need to be in your own wedding.
It's not okay to normal people, but
Yeah.
for this group, it's just like
Makes sense.
eh.
But imagine a group of friends hanging out, and one of those guys wasn't invited, and I'm not even going to get into why he should have been invited. It was just like smaller wedding. He was like one circle outside of the circle of us.
He also was
That I
supposed to be
didn't play with
living in a
them.
different state.
He was also supposed to be somewhere else, but then Frizz goes and asks them right when Frizz is in between both of us, and he just goes, "So you're gonna invite him to your wedding now?" And then I was like, "Well, Frizz, I hadn't thought about it yet, or like really, I can ask him if I would ask him." And he pushed it forward. I'm glad he came, and I'm glad I invited him. And we had people that didn't RSVP, so that's. I asked Emma, and then of course we had room for him, so that's why he ended up coming.
I'm glad that it all worked out too, because on Saturday I was coming from a music festival I was at since Wednesday, so the drive leaving the music festival was a little tough. I was tired, and I ended up picking up Trey. It's about halfway from Minneapolis and Winkler, so I picked him up in Fargo, and then we drove up together through the border. And we were actually in Canada for less than we were there for 18 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Short trip.
Yeah.
Did anyone have any funny border stories this time?
Oh, I did.
Can't
Me and Trey did. The guy was being absolute
I figured
moron.
you guys would.
He was
I was kind
like-
of waiting for that.
Yeah, he was like, so it's no one in line. We pulled right up, and he was like, "Oh, what are you guys doing? We're going to a wedding." And then he was like, "You're going to a wedding the same day that it's happening?" I was like, and this is at like noon, and I was like, "Yeah, luckily we don't have to be there till like 4:30." And then he was like, well, what if I pulled you over and searched you for 4 hours? And I was like, I didn't know if he was like joking or not, but then I was like, well, I hope you don't. And then he's like, well, what if there was a line 4 hours long? And then
that's never happened.
I know.
Ever?
I just want to say, dude, I've been through your border 100 times. It's never happened. But then he was like, and then he asked Trey, oh yeah, why didn't you guys drive up yesterday on Friday? And then Trey was like, oh, I had work. And he's like, can't take a day off work. Well, I do. And then he eventually told us to drive forward, and he searched the back of my car and stuff. And then luckily,
you did get searched?
Yeah, and then he eventually let us through. But then coming on the way back, very easy.
Yeah, on the way up it was easy. The guy was a little crabby on the way up, and I just told him we were going to a wedding or whatever. He's like, whose wedding? Like, what do you mean? You're not gonna like know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to know me.
Lawson McDonald and Emma Weed. And then he handed me my passports back. He said, have a good time.
He was crabby.
He was really crabby. He didn't look me in the eye once. He was looking down like this.
Yeah, he was reading off a sheet, everything he had to say.
But on the way back, the States border guy was kind of funny.
Yeah.
It was a decent, maybe like a 15-minute line. And then we got up there, and he's like, so why were you in Canada? I was like, for a wedding. And he's like, okay. Like, he goes, oh, fun, bro. I'm like, okay.
Fun, bro.
And then he goes, so you got any booze? And I was like, nope. You got any drugs? I'm like, nope. He's like, you got any weed? I said, nope. He said, you got any gummies? I said, nope. He goes, you got any weapons? I said, nope. And he pauses. I was like, yeah, it was a pretty boring weekend. And then he's like, all right, welcome home.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've said this on the podcast before, but you never know who you're going to get at the border, coming both ways, and it can completely change like your experience on the day. Because I also forgot to mention it, I knew I set the tone off wrong with the guy going into Canada, because he said, oh, so where do you guys live? And then I said Winnipeg by accident, and then I was like, oh, actually Minneapolis. And then he looks at my thing, he's like, yeah, I didn't ask where you're from, I can see where you're from, I asked where you live. And that's how it all started off.
It's happened with Cuddy and I.
Yep.
Same exact thing.
If you trip over that little question, they'll get you.
Yeah.
I always just say Minneapolis area. I'm like, okay.
I'm
Why are
from down
you
the
here?
road. Dude, it's funny when Will and I crossed the border, we were on the most, like...
Yeah, we took the first turn.
Yeah, we
off
took the
of,
first turn, and it was like
whatever.
completely unpaved.
What's the highway?
75.
Yeah, we took the first left on 75, so it was all dirt roads.
It was
to your
so
to your
gravel.
house.
That's a good path though. I take that road.
Mhm.
Dude, there was grass, like a grass strip from just like the tires wearing down the gravel.
Oh, okay.
It was like as dirt road as you can think. Made it past that perfectly fine. Pull into the hotel.
People probably thought you're trying to like find an opening on the border to
Yeah.
jump it.
100%.
Probably.
There was
Driving,
there
like,
were like
1
three
mile from the
pickups
border.
coming by that gave me the farmer's wave.
Yeah, we're driving
I'm in a
a
Tiguan.
Volkswagen Tiguan that has every sensor known to man on it. So we're driving 7
Hey,
hours perfectly fine.
Not every sensor.
Perfectly fine. We hit the gravel road. You think, oh, that's going to be the time for an issue to happen. Get through it, no problem. Pull into the hotel parking lot. Pull into the first stall by the door, and Will rams into a flower pot and dents the front of the car.
Okay, no,
Did you
it's not
break the
dented and it was not rammed. No, it was a
bumped it?
tiny little
He
scratch.
tapped it. Wasn't in a ram, and there wasn't a dent, but he tapped it and left a scrape.
So yeah, it was a bummer because it was my mom's car.
Did you tell her? What
Yes,
did
I
she say?
told her. She said that she was disappointed.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, we got past that. I haven't thought about that all week.
I'm sorry, Will.
It's okay.
Did you notice too of how you guys, all like Manitoba liquor stores were on strike-ish / they were open but they weren't restocking their shelves with certain things. So I got them to pick up this Aperol that they made a video of and had to get them to bring it from the U.S. For the backstory. But did you notice how we had a lot of Aperol left at the wedding after?
I
What,
didn't notice
extra?
that.
You just
but
wanted
We had
that's
a
okay.
lot of
Just wanted to
extra.
build up your stash, eh?
No,
Did you
I
bring it
didn't.
back?
I never drink it. No,
You're going
What?
to bring it down?
I didn't even try it.
you didn't try the Aperol.
I
kinda
tried a
just-
sip of Johnny's.
It's
It's
good.
decent.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a new drink that don't have every day.
What's it called again?
Aperol Spritz.
For the actual drink?
Take me to Capri.
Take
Take me to Capri?
Take me to Capri.
They're like, do you want a Capri, son? Or do you want what he's having? I'll have what he's having.
Yeah.
Maybe a double.
But yeah.
Yeah, hey, that was funny. The bartenders, like after the second rum and coke, he'd go up. You want that a double? Sure.
Yeah, he just started upgrading us right away.
I played baseball with that guy.
Funny, actually.
The whole town was involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was,
JC was getting triples. He said, "I'll take a triple."
Nuh-uh.
Yeah,
Wow.
literally.
Hit for the cycle.
But yeah, I want to hear. I haven't heard like your morning schedule. Like, what did your day start off like before we got there?
Yeah. I started my day, got to bed from Kingpin to the bowling alley. Probably went to bed at 2:30ish.
I didn't know that was what it was called.
Kingpins.
I like that.
With a Z,
Hey.
yeah, PINZ.
Before you get on with your day, were you nervous when you went to bed the day before or the night before?
My perfect analogy for it is just like, imagine you're playing, like, probably Yelly's playing his last hockey game of the year, like going to bed. He knows it's coming. He knows it's his last game. It's for the championship. So you're kind of nervous for it, but there's a ceiling for how nervous you're going to get. That put you in the right spot?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
you knew what was going to happen.
Yeah,
the
I
next
knew
day.
it. Yeah, it was like, I know it's coming, but it's
Am
coming.
I going to win or am I going to lose?
Kind of nervous. Kind of nervous, but yeah, not too bad. Just felt like I was playing a pretty important hockey game. Had some butterflies, but I got to bed, fell asleep at 2:30ish, then woke up at 7. And I woke up at 7 because I had to kind of work in the morning.
I was
And I
gonna
had
say,
to do
I
this.
know-
I had to finish the slideshow, and I had to finish writing my vows too. I had like 90% of them done, but I needed some time to complete them, and I did not want to be rushed. So I just needed an hour on my computer from 7 till 8. So I did that. What else did I do? Oh, I had to send these guys the video ideas.
I was going to say the first thing
Yeah,
that I thought you would have done is send those Notion templates. You even sent it to me.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh,
I did do that. I
good
fired
morning.
So I did those 3 things, and I gave the guys the content ideas for the day. And just told them to get it done, pretty much.
That's
Win or
great.
lose as a team.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yelly and I saw Nico leaving the hotel at like 9
Yeah.
just to get out to your place for the wedding party. And
Yeah.
we were walking over to grab a coffee, and it was
And a
just like,
donut.
oof, good luck.
Yeah, no, it was good. We had breakfast, did the mimosa thing. I think that's a must on your wedding day with the groomsmen and your dad or your grandpa. My grandpa was there.
No way.
MVP had breakfast with us, Cam.
Nice.
So all the guys, like
Is it-
kind of like the guys group.
Yeah, 'cause you don't see the girls most of the day.
No, they were getting ready in Winkler, and then so we had a nice breakfast. It was good. Just actually, one thing I missed is that I saw I went for a walk around the yard and just kind of like that pregame
Oh, warm
walk
up.
through, just check out the rink, like kind of like a morning skate almost.
Mm-hmm.
Actually.
I walked down the aisle, and the funny thing is that I didn't know how many flowers were going to be decorated on the ceremony, and that on the back and everything, because I hadn't seen it yet.
They all came that day.
They came that morning, and then when I turned the corner, this just kicked off the tone for the day. I turned the corner to look where I was gonna think I saw just the normal aisle, but no, I saw the whole thing decked out with flowers. Cried, just like
Really?
was like amazed by it. I was like, oh my goodness, this looks so good. Weird thing for flowers to do to me, but it made me kind of
Yeah.
emotional. So I was like, well, yeah, it's gonna be a good day. And then
Awesome.
waited for the other. Waited, got dressed, did some hanging out, some putzing around, and camera guy came over around 12. Girls came over, did the first look, which was done in the garden. So
Wow.
I stood there. You know what the first look is, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You do, yeah.
Well, I
Think-
thought
You
you
can
just do it
ask. You
down
can
the
feel free
aisle.
to ask. No, yeah. Well, that's a good thing.
Some
Yeah,
people
That's why I
do.
wanted to ask you if you knew about that. Is that some people, the first time they see the bride, they look at them as they come down the aisle, and then that's the first time they see the dress. Other people, sometimes they do it beforehand, which is what we did. So I'm pretty much just standing there in the garden like this, and then she walks up behind me and taps my shoulder, and then I
Oh.
turn around. And
Did you cry then?
no, I didn't. I was surprised. Actually, I didn't cry then.
Who's tapping me?
Yeah. No, I'm not surprised.
Grandpa, get out of here.
Not
You look great,
surprised.
Gramps.
Not surprised on who was tapping me. Surprised that I didn't cry, because that was
Oh.
I think it was like a really highly anticipated moment, but
A lot of energy.
turned around and saw her for the first time then around 12:30. We did the vows then, like when I wrote them out, and then we did them.
Nice.
We did them then, those were pretty tough to
Were
say.
there parties there?
No, it was all private.
Dang. Not even your family?
No.
Mom, dad?
Just the camera guy.
He wasn't even there for
wow.
it.
Nice.
They set my camera up on a tripod so we have it recorded,
cool.
and then everyone kind of like left a little bit to have just
Wow.
a complete private moment.
Yeah.
Were you warm?
Oh, I was so hot after that. After that moment of when I stood out there, it was it was peak afternoon.
That was the hottest part.
And it was kind of stressful. Finished doing it, I was so hot. I was sweating like crazy.
Yeah, it was hot. It was a pretty hot day.
So that was just drenched under my shirt. And I think too what I learned from that is I don't know how people say their wedding vows in front of, like, in a ceremony situation. For you to like write that all out and then to speak it in front of 70 to 80 people, it would just be so hard to not cry and to get it out and to like do that in that moment.
So wait,
like,
what
good
was
on
the-
you if you can do that.
What was the thing you guys did say then?
It's
Shorter version or something?
it's tradition. It's wedding vows, but they're the vows that are like the traditional I do's, which is kind of just from a script that is a template that you can kind of go off of. So it's still, they consider those vows, but they're not. I would say the other ones are their like personal written vows to each other that are, which it was like took like 3 to 4 minutes to get through because it's hard to say. So if you can do them in front of people, then you're a different beast.
Different breed.
Beast mode. Beast
Yeah,
mode.
I thought the ceremony was great. Me and Colton were like the last two people to sneak in there because we were making sure no one ran in late.
Yeah, Will and Colton were my ushers.
But we snuck in the back row just in time, which was nice because the wedding planner did not want us to enjoy the ceremony at all. She's trying to put us to work. And I was like, no, I'm going to watch.
Good. Was there any other hiccups, or how was it? How
Yeah,
was it
there was
ushering
one
people
hiccup.
in? How was the golf cart drivers?
The golf cart drivers were terrific.
Who did you guys get a ride from?
We got dropped off in the driveway,
Taxi.
but gave high
They
fives to
taxied
him.
from
Oh.
town. But yeah, Justin and JC were really funny. They were coming in and blowing dust everywhere.
Yeah.
But right before Emma was about to walk down the aisle, me, Colton, and JC are kind of just standing off to the side, making sure like no one went through that middle entrance, like where the wedding party walked down. And all of a sudden, this golf cart rips on the far end, like where all the other people came down, it was a pretty long, whatever you call it,
Runway.
a little bit of a runway, yeah. And so Emma was like in the halfway part, but on the further entrance, a golf cart rips up. Like, who is that? And why are they there? Because Emma's about to walk down, and that golf cart's going to be in every picture forever. And we failed our ushering jobs. It's over. The wedding's ruined. And JC, Lawson's cousin, gets on the phone, and he must have knew who it was or whatever, calls this person. Get that effing golf cart out of the way. You're gonna move it, blah, blah, blah. It turns out it was the DJ.
What was he doing, do you think?
I don't know.
He wanted a
question.
He had a good viewing from the very, very back row.
I have
Yeah.
no clue what he was doing, but he got
Who
out of there.
knows?
He got him out of there in time.
He's probably looking for the bartender.
It was funny seeing the dog run up too.
What's the dog's name again?
Berkeley.
Berkeley. He second guessed coming down the runway at first.
I know. We were wondering what was going to happen because it's such a far away that he can't see like Sheila and the people that he knows way down there to run that way even. So you needed a big boost to get going.
Yeah, that's an intimidating
funny.
moment for a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just all these people, random people, just nowhere to run.
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta say, your walk-up music was really good.
You like that?
I like that. Yeah.
What did you like about it?
Wasn't it the? Wow, we listened to it a lot that one day. the home, isn't it? Like home, but
it was instrumental.
Yeah, it was nice to listen to for sure.
Yeah, where was the
Set
orchestra? Were
feeling.
they in the woods?
It's nice to listen
The orchestra was in the woods somewhere?
Yeah, we put them
They were
kind
up in
of
the
like
trees?
yeah, you couldn't see it, but they're above you, and we built out this
treehouse.
We built out this symphony seating area up top, like
invisible
50 feet up
invisible
above.
symphony up in the trees.
So they played that. One thing that happened that you might not know that happened was when I got up there. First off, I was trying not to look at anyone too. I was like serious, and I knew all you guys were like staring at me as I was walking by you, and just trying to.
You were looking dead straight.
Trying to look like a. Probably it's so awkward walking for that long, trying to think about like how to walk, like not weirdly, but
You just start walking weird.
Yeah.
I made it up there, and then when the bridesmaids came down, Emma I think actually thought that the song that they put on was her song, so you're like the wedding planner was actually trying to be like switch the song, like it's the wrong song. And then they realized that like no, it was like the right song, but the song that they walked down to was previously the song that she picked. So there's like just like, and they kind of start the same. They're both like Taylor Swift symphony songs that it flopped back and forth in the head of like, oh no, this is the wrong song, like redo it. And I kind of like saw what was going on. It's like, oh, like I actually thought it was the wrong song too. This is like great, just a great way to start off everything, kind of messing up. It was my uncle too back on doing the audio, so I was just like,
come
He
on,
was
Uncle.
cracking me up at the end. When everyone was leaving up. I think is that the recessional or the processional? I always forget.
oh, I don't even use those
Whatever.
words.
When we were standing like waiting to dismiss the rows, your uncle was like would play a song, and then Adam was trying to get on the mic, and then he'd accidentally press play again, and the music was going, and Adam was giving an announcement.
Yeah. Hey, so did your wedding party give you any like hype? Like, let's go, it's time to go get them out there. You know, like before hockey, like you hype your team up. Do they do that to you?
I'm trying to think back.
It's a big game today.
No.
Let's go.
I'd say
Did you play sewer?
no, we didn't. We didn't play sewer. I did stretch though. I was stretching as I got my suit on, the hips. I did some quad stretches and some lunge just because
You didn't want to faint.
Well, yeah, I knew I was standing a lot. I didn't want to, like my hips had to be right, do me right, so I don't have to get uncomfortable.
Loosen
my back
up.
starts hurting. So there's some strategy behind that. I'd recommend doing a light stretch on the day of.
A dyno.
You're going to be standing a lot, so you want to make sure that you're not out of place. But nah, we had like maybe a drink kind of thing, maybe a last like, shake your head like
one last
Let's
nerve
go,
calmer.
boys.
yeah,
That's
I just
funny.
knew. And then I would say like heart was beating, but not. Again, it was so similar to the hockey game feel that I was used to it. I was used to feeling that way. That kind of it goes away when the puck drops. Knew it was going to go away when that puck dropped, and it did.
Then we had the big moment. The camera's pointing right at you when you eventually saw your wife walking down.
I didn't see it pointed at me though.
Oh,
we
we
saw
had
you.
it.
Got
We
you.
had
I
it.
made
We
eye
sniped
contact
ya.
with Cuddy. I made eye contact with him as he was sitting in the crowd.
He was like, quit crying.
Yeah, definitely. As predicted, I definitely cried pretty much the whole minute-long way that it took for her to come down to the end.
Yeah,
It was like a battle of in and out.
Yeah.
And like,
I think
Yeah.
the total tally from what we gathered, I think Dave cried, Marty had a tear. I don't know if you did or not.
I didn't cry till the video.
Okay. You?
I was holding him back, but I definitely could have.
came up
You?
to the
It
to
came
the
up
throat.
to the brim. I was holding him in, and then I had
Did
to
you
close
look
my
at me the
eyes.
whole time though?
Yeah.
'Cause that also
Yeah.
helps to distract if you look down and you like think about something else.
I kind of
No.
missed that part too, so I probably
I was like
may
passing around the YouTube camera, my camera. I was
Working.
looking. I was making sure we had to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you tried to to me it seemed like you tried to hold it back at first, like you were like fighting your eyelids, and that's what kind of made me like feel like, oh man, I might cry seeing you cry up there.
Don't do it.
No, it wasn't even like that. It's hard to explain because I wasn't fighting anything. It's just what happened. Because it looked like I was because I wasn't. But I don't know what you do to just not fight it, I guess.
I don't know.
Like you just like start
Takes over, man.
hit
Adam was crying
going.
too.
Yeah.
At first he was.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. I was gonna say that my lips. I could feel my lips starting to quiver. Did you see that?
That's the best right there. Do it, Frizz.
No, I couldn't. Hello.
Lips started to quiver. That's when the guys like Cole, like my best man, and Owen standing next to me said they saw my lip quivering. That's what kind of got them. Then I broke them down.
Yeah.
I kind of thought Owen was going to cry.
Yeah.
I predicted it, but I don't think he did.
Stone cold.
Did your parents cry?
I don't know. Yeah, I think my mom did. Probably.
Old man McDonald. He's like a faucet. You can't get a drop out of him.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. It was
What was
it was a great moment.
what was harder to do, the talking in front of everyone up there, or for the speech at the dinner?
They weren't. Both were easy, I would say. Yeah.
No issues.
I was gonna say you were
No.
probably just
The
way used to it for the speech, but at that point you already said hello to everyone.
Yeah, the ceremony part was irrelevant. There could have been a million people there. Like it didn't matter. I didn't say that much either. We picked the path of pretty few words, which was kind of our decision just to make it relatively quick and simple.
I just had a vision in my head.
I did mess
If
up,
a
though,
million
still.
people were in that runway.
Yeah, we were on TikTok
Throwing
Live.
flowers.
We had 1 million watching it.
So to me, it was, I think, something that I thought about is like, oh, like people are watching me. I'm about to do the vows up there in front of everybody. Is it going to be, am I going to mess up or is it going to be hard? And I think it's so simple. Like you're just, yeah, you speak in the mic. But I think after kind of crying, after moments of people know that you're in your most like spot, that no matter how bad you mess up, it doesn't matter. It's like you're just talking to your soon-to-be wife anyway, so a little word mumble or a little like mistake and a laugh after.
There was one thing you did do.
What?
One fumble, but you caught it.
Yeah, I remember that.
You fumbled.
I forget
and caught
exactly what it was.
It was the
but
last
I
two
just
words.
remember.
Yeah,
that
it was
when
the
you
last
said
words.
that,
Yeah.
Didn't matter.
Exactly, and it
You
didn't,
said oops, and you're like oops.
yeah. I was like, I pulled back because I was done, and I was like, oh, and I reread that. I think I missed an I.
Cuddy, cut that.
I meant, yeah, let's do a redo. Inside joke.
No, something I did like about the speeches, I'm sure the rest of the guys did too, how many hockey guys and TikTok jokes there were
There's a
throughout the
ton.
night. And so
I liked the dust on the paper joke too.
No, not many people caught that. Probably only you guys
Yeah,
would
we
have
were right
caught
there.
that.
That was funny.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
the
that
one when it was Emma's older brother, Adam, was just like, then I found out she was dating a hockey guy. But then I soon found out that all they do is lip sing like Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
something like that, but it was
That
really
was
funny.
good. That was good. Yeah.
'Cause
For
we-
those listening, I wish we're gonna have to clip some of the hockey guy chirp moments because way more than I expected to. Everybody that had a speech, beside like my parents, her parents, and the MC, which was her brother, all had hockey guy chirp ammo in their back pocket that they
Yeah, it was great.
that they threw out at
Paul
at
really
these
had
guys.
Paul and Kelly had the people fired up when they said they were going to make a TikTok.
Yeah, they put on a song. Well, I don't know what song they
Yeah,
picked
some
again.
old TikTok song.
It was good though, and then they
Yeah.
went. So my parents got up there. Yeah, they threw on a TikTok song and pretended to make a TikTok,
Like,
and
you know, I don't know if I'd ever do this, but we're going to make a TikTok. And then they fired everyone up, and then Paul's like, never mind, I would never do that.
Never ever.
yeah, it was very fitting because we were doing a lot of that stuff that they're talking about during the whole day. So
Yeah.
it was pretty funny.
Yeah, I thought the speeches were great, and
Yeah.
having both sets of parents talk too was a nice touch.
is that not what normally happens for you guys? For the weddings I've been to, that's usually the case. Like both sets will talk, but
I think it's case by
is it
case.
different? Has it been different?
But I liked I've seen both. But
Yeah.
I like the double.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like what usually happens?
I think
did you
usually
mean-
just the groom's parents talk at the
Oh.
groom's dinner the night before.
Yeah, I've heard about
But
that.
like
Doing that.
I thought all four speeches were great in their
Yeah.
own ways.
Yeah, they were.
They were actually awesome.
They're all unique. Very surprising. Yeah, what was the Cam and Sheila's thing? They said something about
10
first year,
years.
like
Yeah, that was
year
awesome.
4, like, oh, he goes to
I think
play
he made-
Omaha.
yeah.
Like year 6, oh, he goes to Superior. Year 7, oh, he's gonna get his master's.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
funny.
Year 8, oh, he's doing social media or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, what's an influencer?
Yeah, and then
was
they're
good.
like, what did they say? Which was a classic thing that even Cuddy was saying to us before of that. Yeah, when someone asks, hey, what does Lawson do? And then Cam, like Emma's dad, just was like, yeah, I usually just tell him, like, brand deals, something, and then I just switch the conversation.
Yeah.
Exactly what happens of, like,
Yeah, he's like, I don't know how he makes
nailed it.
money.
yeah, I don't know how he makes money.
I thought it was so because we could see the papers, and Cam had his written in pencil, and it was like kind of dark.
Yeah, it was dark at that
That's why he
point.
kept pausing. And then I
Yeah.
asked him after, I was like, "Did you actually write that?" And he's like, "Yeah, I wrote it this morning." And the light, that one light was super bright, and then it was dark. He's like, "That's why I was having trouble reading it because he wrote it in like fine light pencil."
Yeah.
That's
Dang.
so good.
Old school.
Yeah.
But yeah, after the dinner and the speeches, you played a pretty sweet slideshow that Emma may have dropped a hint to us that you did it like when you went home, all of that,
Yeah.
right? But she said that there were a few times where you'd spend an extra couple minutes getting yourself together in the basement because you were crying making
Really?
that whole thing.
Oh, yeah, that was the most, that was the hardest thing probably,
Yeah.
was making that.
That video was
What was it
awesome.
called again? The 10-year burn?
Oh, 10 years of dating.
I don't know that, but like, what'd you title it? Wasn't it like 10-year
Oh,
burn?
The whole thing?
Yeah,
It was
the title of the
No.
video.
No, I didn't have a title. I don't know what
Oh.
you're talking about.
Well, you had like that AI voice. It was like, this
Yeah.
goes out to the 10 years of...
10 years of dating.
Oh, it was something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. The burn.
How many times did
Yeah.
you guys practice that intro dance or the handshake?
Yeah, the Parent Trap thing. Total 50 to 100 probably kind of thing.
Dang.
Like
Wow.
2 hours, maybe an hour. Like we did it throughout the week and came back to it, took a 3-day break, and then came back to like Tony, more reps, here we go kind of thing.
You killed it.
It wasn't that hard. It was pretty simple.
Looked great.
Kind of a
smooth.
typical TikTok short little choreography thing that I've done with
It
you
was
guys
longer than I thought.
many times.
Oh, yeah, I
That
don't
was
think I'll be
crazy.
able to do that for mine. So just need to walk in.
You got a lot.
wave.
Come on. You got a long time.
Yeah. A few more TikTok video dances and I'll should be ready to go.
But yeah, I don't know if you're ever going to release that video or whatever, but that was a cool little short film.
Yeah, you're talking about like the me and Emma one,
Not just the picture slideshow, but yeah, the 10 years of dating
yeah, that
movie.
that one.
It
Yeah,
was a short movie.
The funny thing is
that's when
like-
I've had my only tears of the night because I was like,
I didn't expect.
I know
that,
you put a lot
actually.
of work into that.
I didn't expect that to really
I don't
break
know why.
break anyone.
It's almost like all the speeches teed that up to be
Yeah.
like a perfect timing for that, because all the jokes like, oh, you guys dated for so long, and then you just came out with this Academy Award winning short
maybe
film.
it was the wine
Just
that got me
the bat.
emotional.
I swung the bat and hit the grand slam. Boom. See you,
Crushed
Will.
it.
Yeah, you
It was
crushed
like
it.
I had you guys lined up. Once I got tears out of you, then you're knocked down, and then I had Will just like bouncing back and forth.
My lip was quivering.
And then I was like this with the baseball. All right, Will,
Oh no!
you're done, man, with this one.
Don't do it.
And
That
I
was
got
awesome.
him. It was just hard making that because I don't know. It was weird seeing kid photos and of me even of being like, wow, like I feel like a different person now. I'm not 7 years old. I don't look like that. I'm just totally different, and it was kind of weird just to think of how time had flown by so fast.
Dang.
And now I'm here getting married, and even the younger photos when I saw me and Emma together, you would probably know how it is. Like when you have a girlfriend for the first time or whatever, you see someone, there's those feelings that you have right at the beginning, and then you don't really get them after that. So after 10 years, you don't really remember what it was like
That's
at the
crazy.
very start. But then like looking through those photos and like thinking enough and kind of sitting there in that moment, you're like, wow, this is like 10 years ago. If I was telling myself that this would be happening, that would have been a crazy realization the first few times I ever met her. And then it's like,
Damn.
holy cow, this
You
is
went deep,
this is
man.
actually happening.
Yeah, I think
And
that
that
was,
just made me cry.
That's why it was like such a good video because you have so many years together, and there was clips from when you started
2013.
Yeah, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so 2013, there's clips of you two going to prom or whenever year you went to prom together.
Yeah.
I can't even keep it all
Lawson
straight,
knew he was
but
going to be a content creator. That's why he was keeping all that footage back.
There's
in the
just
day.
so many old clips, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, wow.
You gonna ever bring back the hairdo you had from way back in the day?
Yeah, I think you should go blonde again. I guess you're blonde, but blonde. You were blonde.
I was really
you
blonde.
had the comb over down to your eyebrows.
Yeah.
Beebs.
Those are some funny old photos that I had of myself in that thing.
Old photos are the best.
I had the one too. I had me Colt. I don't know if you saw that one. That was a good one. Me, Cuddy, and Batesy at Rex Lindo's in our wigs for Halloween. Our overalls.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good.
That's a great one.
Mirror pic I had of.
I saw the mullets. I don't think I caught the faces.
Yeah, it was those three. I remember taking that photo.
Mullet men.
The mullet men are back.
Yeah, that was good.
And then that led into
the
first
dance,
dance,
and stuff.
the mother-son dance, and the father-daughter dance, and then the hockey guys dance.
Yep, which was a killer.
How were you guys doing after the speeches and stuff?
Good.
Like,
Great.
Were you having fun along the way, or was it
yeah.
slow? Was there a slow moment at all, or
No.
was it pretty good?
Well, personally, because obviously we had to get some Instagram stories up. I had my phone sitting on your windowsill collecting Wi-Fi because the service wasn't too good out there. So I was running back and forth between our table and the house, seeing if things were
you
getting
didn't break
posted
the
and
one
stuff.
rule. You did good.
Oh, can't
The
go
one
inside
rule
the
is
house.
do not go in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Not go in. And I was offered to go in,
Oh,
but I
really?
left my phone out there. So I was good, just buzzing around. Nice little break, getting up and stuff. So
Yeah, me and Emma were doing photos at sunset, and we were in the backyard, and then so we have the photographers and everything, and we're doing our photos, and then all of a sudden, like, Frizz is the third shooter in the back, just taking his own content because he's just like
You were there for
creeping
it?
there in
Yeah.
the back, watching.
Oh, I got some videos, some pics. Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
I
Yeah,
didn't know
so
that
it was our
either.
two photographers, me, and then Austin was like on the deck, just like with his iPhone,
Yeah.
getting content.
Yeah, me and Kelvin, the photographer, were good buddies by the end of the night. We were working it.
There's gonna be some good photos of you. I saw you
Oh.
take that pizza one.
Yeah, he was showing me some of them. He was doing some really cool stuff with the lights, like with the glow lights on the dance floor. He was making it so like the person in the photo was clear, and then the background was like kind of like a blurred motion of light and stuff. So I think they're gonna turn out really good.
Those glow sticks were a hit.
Mm-hmm.
I think Frizz and I had about 3 or 4 stuffed down his shirts at one point.
Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Iron Man.
In the arms, and then here we're just.
Yeah. Those were good.
I think the someone we definitely need to talk about who had a very strong performance was Mr. Rasputin himself.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, who was that?
that was my cousin's husband.
Because
And
if you've ever seen played Just Dance 2, I'm pretty sure that he's the guy in the video.
The guy you're supposed to follow.
Yeah.
he did an amazing job
my
through
God.
and through. Every single movement, he knew what he was doing. So I saw him do that dance at his own wedding last summer, because I was at my cousin's wedding, and then so he did that, and I kept that in my mind. I'm like, that was awesome. So at mine, I asked him, and I asked like my cousin. She was like I was telling her, like, can you do it? Can you like do it for me? I was like, I don't know. You're gonna have to. Someone's gonna have to do it with him if he's gonna do it. But he knows he's good at it, and he knows he loves to do it too.
Oh,
So
no one could keep up.
he was just waiting for it to come on. So I went and requested it, and at the time, I honestly did not know how cool it was gonna be. I was like, I just hope he does a good job, so it doesn't make it look kind of lame, and change up the song all for this one thing. And he kind of didn't do it, but he blew me out of the water with how cool that was. I didn't even remember how cool it was.
Yeah, he killed it. That's a hard dance on the knees too. Oh yeah.
He must have been
There
a
was
catcher.
one point, there was like 4 or 5 of us lined up, and we were all facing him, and he was like trying to show everyone the moves.
Yeah, he like go across, and
Yeah. It was just like, and then he went rampant.
the cool part was when he like pulled up his ankles, and he's like, all right, like pull up the dress pants a little bit, and then he like went down, The only thing I could do is like the rah 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 team, like the head thing.
Yeah.
But then when he went down and did the spread the legs
Yeah, that's-
completely apart, he was Elf in the movie Elf. That's what he was doing.
It was Buddy.
It was like
Buddy
the
the
best wedding trick that you could ever have as someone going to a wedding. You cannot have a better trick to pull out than doing that.
That was the MVP dance move performance.
Yeah.
He stole that song.
That was the only full song we listened to, I think, all night.
Yeah,
Start to finish.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of sweaty backs. The dance floor is absolutely hopping.
Oh yeah, you guys got your shirts off and
Johnny's
ties off
shirt,
right away.
Johnny's
Oh,
shirt
yeah.
was see-through by the end of the night.
He was sweaty.
leaking.
Sweaty man.
Yeah, you could tell we were having fun because after the first song, everyone's shirts were already unbuttoned.
Yeah.
It timed out perfectly.
Yeah, Lawson
buttons.
actually brought back my tie today. I didn't even realize it was missing until.
You left it on the dance floor.
Yeah.
You left
your
everything.
mark.
Yeah, Emma's mom commented on one of our videos saying, "Oh, that's whose tie I found laying on the chair."
It's yours. You
Yeah.
left it all on the line.
Exactly.
Leaving your mark.
And that was a big thing for me and Emma too, is the dance and the DJ stuff was, I think photographer and DJ was maybe the two things like on the list of we need to make sure that they're good and stuff. So you guys completely changed the whole night, I would say, of having the energy and just the people that you need at a wedding to really have a fun night no matter what happens music wise. It was just that it didn't matter what song came on because you guys just made it such a party. And I knew that, especially being with all the girls too, that you had like the girlfriends that helped because you guys are all fun like that. I know you guys are gonna dance probably in
we're fun like
vacation
that.
vacation mode.
Heck yeah.
That it really teed up the night and set the tone for the next 3 hours, I would say.
3 sweaty hours.
Yeah, and another nice touch was I've never been to a wedding with fireworks before.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Forgot about that,
Yeah,
too.
those were sick.
true. Just makes having something on your own yard that
Yeah.
much better because you can do whatever you want. Like the venue, kind of the darkerness of being outside in a tent, plus the bar right next to the dance floor, plus like friends running the bar that don't like you can even pour yourself your own drink. It didn't matter. And I think really to me, I like the fact that you can do that at your own house. You don't have a time limit on anything.
Yeah, JC almost got his head taken off by some of those fireworks. You
Dude.
can see in the videos that
Oh,
they're
yeah.
literally exploding sideways.
Some
of
are
them.
tipping, I
I
think.
know. I didn't even know who was lighting those. All
I
of a
think they were
sudden
buddies.
we're going to fireworks, and I see like 4 just black bodies just
Yeah.
like running around back and forth, like, and they're just going off, and there's
There's a
these
bunch of-
guys that are going in and out, in and
It
out.
must have been a bunch of his farmer friends because
Yeah.
they were all in jeans.
Dude, they didn't
They're probably
care,
hanging out
though.
across the street, and then it's time.
Yeah.
Came marching over.
Yeah,
Their lighters.
JC took the golf cart, and he had like probably 8 people on this like 2-person golf cart, and everyone was like dragging over to front row. But yeah, dude, those guys were like getting close to being peppered by fireworks.
Yeah, a couple definitely tipped over and then blew up right by them.
What if one tipped towards the crowd?
I thought one was gonna shoot back at us. I did. I really did.
That would have made it unforgettable.
Yeah,
I really thought one was gonna come back at
going
us.
out with the bang.
They probably loved that though. They were just laughing like that the whole time.
Yeah, they didn't care
No, they did not.
at all.
Yeah, that
And
was
those-
awesome.
That was, like you said, 15 to 20 minutes worth of fireworks shot
yeah.
off
In 5.
very, very quickly. There's some good fire, like that was Canada Day worthy.
Very, very cool.
Yeah, he launched and launched and launched.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
There'll be some good photos from that, I'm sure. Can't wait to see all of them. It'll be really funny.
What else funny happened?
Um,
How was what's it like when this is always like a interesting part of weddings when I've never really understood it, but when the bride and groom have to kiss a few times during dinners, like
Yeah. Clinking in the glasses.
I never understood that tradition.
I don't know. I think it's just a fun game.
But
Really,
like, what's it like? I mean, going through it, like it's just
it's fine.
whatever.
Yeah, it was whatever.
You're
It wasn't
you're
embarrassing.
chill.
Do you think it's embarrassing or what?
No, I just
Definitely
never
wasn't
understood it.
embarrassing. It was.
Yeah.
It's. I enjoyed it. I would have done more. Would have gone.
You're wishing we were clinking glasses.
You do it every 5 minutes.
Well, we didn't. We did say, like Adam said, that we're not doing clinking of the glasses. It slows things down a little bit, and you don't want to do it like
Someone
over
clinked.
and over.
Someone did clink.
There's
I think
some
it was your mom, honestly.
It was at the family table.
But you have to do it. You have to do at least one.
Someone's got to clink.
There's some clinkers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you just run out of ways to kiss too. That was the annoying thing of like, what are we supposed to do now?
Get on my
We already
back.
did it. Like, you want me to do a backflip or something crazy or what?
Oh, that'd have been a good video.
That'd been
You'd been
crazy.
viral.
Stand up on the chair? Like, I don't know.
Rasputin it out.
Yeah. That'd be good.
Yeah.
Frizz, what was that one question you're gonna ask him? if
Oh,
he had any
yeah.
bumps in the road.
Yeah, we can get into the fan questions now. There's a lot of them. Try and get through a few of them. Of course, we answered a few already, but yeah, we'll start it off with, was there any hiccups during the wedding, during the whole day or night?
I got the hiccups at night
Yeah, you did.
on the bus.
The actual hiccups?
Yeah.
Legit hiccups.
Yeah.
The bubbles.
I think the first hiccup was I would say just like trying to get down the aisle a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Very first hiccup, to go back even further, I forgot about, was that the DJ thing. We had a DJ booked with this company. We had given him a playlist and a lot of instructions because there was very specific things with our intro song and the other songs that they're not just starting at second one, they're starting at 27 seconds into the song, because that's when the pickup of it starts. And with the first dances, there's specific stuff for Emma and Cam, because they danced to one song and then they had to switch it into Mamma Mia, what was it? Dancing Queen.
Yeah.
So there was some rules that we had to go through with this guy. Okay. Well, 11:30 p.m. the night before the wedding, he texts my mom and says, "Hey, came down with a fever. Won't be able to DJ tomorrow, but I have sent someone else from the company in to take care of it, and I've updated him with
wow.
the stuff that you
That's
sent."
new news.
Yeah,
to us.
we didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No.
Oh, you thought the DJ that we had was the DJ?
Kind of makes more
No,
sense now. Why?
No,
Sorry.
I think I heard that.
My bad.
earlier.
Never
No,
knew
yeah,
that.
this guy was a replacement.
Makes it even funnier, actually.
That checks out.
Yeah.
That checks
So this
out.
guy was a replacement, and
It was his brother. Had to have been.
his name was Avi, and I'm like, okay. No one told Emma the night before too, because didn't want to affect the sleep or anything. So she found out. You know when she found out was before we went to do our reception intros, 20 seconds before, or no, 20 minutes
She's like,
before.
who's that guy?
Wedding planner comes and says, "So your DJ that you guys booked actually isn't here. It's someone else." And that's when she found out, and she goes to the wedding planner. Okay, does he know what songs he's playing? And then she goes, yeah, he got updated and it's all good. And then she goes, okay, well, what songs is he playing? And then the wedding planner says, he's playing this song, and this song. And she's like, no, that's all wrong. And then and then that's when she was like, okay, don't worry, it's gonna be okay. And then I think that's when she got me and told me to talk to the DJ and figure out to think understand if he knows what's going on. So yeah, I show up to meet this guy, couldn't speak that well of English, and he just was odd right from the get-go. The guy was just odd, and I'm like, give him the benefit of the doubt. So I explain the songs right away. Just doesn't get his equipment that well. He's looking up songs, and I'm telling him, this is our intro song, blah blah blah. Do you have, and he has to search it up and find it. He didn't have it prepared. Oh, great. And then he got really confused really quickly. So I left. We did it again, and he kind of got things figured out. But the night went on, and first of all, with the reception, she had a playlist of this kind of European style music for when you guys were eating, and he just starts playing 2023 top charts music. We're talking
Usher and Ludacris.
Yeah, for behind the background, and we're listening to it. It's yeah, this is not the vibe of background eating music that we're trying to go for.
It makes you feel better. I don't think any of us
No,
really paid attention to the
I know
music
no
then.
one, no one really noticed it. But I'm texting him then on my phone, screenshotting like, "Hey, can you play this for the reception? I got them all lined up for you. Like, make it really easy on him. Just send him the playlist." He still doesn't like switch it. He says, "Okay, thanks," and then he goes, "Also, let everyone know I'm playing requests all night long." Kind of like, okay, like why did you say that? I don't. It's like an odd thing for a DJ to really like say. It's like, let everyone know I'm playing requests all night long. Now I know why he said that, because he didn't know what he was doing. He didn't have anything planned, and all he wanted was people to feed him songs because he didn't really have a good idea of what he was going to play.
That's crazy.
So that's why he texted me that. But pause for a second, because you know how it was really staticky when people were talking at the beginning?
Yeah.
Do you know why it was staticky? He was texting on his phone the whole time that was going on, and Calvin, our photographer, had to he didn't tell us this the night or like right away. He told us this way at the end of the night, but he had to go and walk over to him and tell him like, put your phone on airplane mode, because it was just static, like really bad during the MC talking and our dinner stuff.
Yeah,
and that was why
Trey thought it was the when the mic was too close to like the metal thing. But I guess
and there was an iPad up there.
Well, yeah, like technology can interfere with that. But yeah, he was texting on his phone from back there.
Yeah,
like what an idiot.
He had no idea. That's crazy.
He had no idea.
I had no idea that he was a replacement from the get-go.
Yeah, so then he came up to me as we were eating our salad. And me and Emma, he comes up to us.
That's so funny.
He like walks up to us. Okay, I gotta back up again because another thing I didn't mention. When I talked to him before the reception, before we went in to tell him the songs that we're gonna do, he had a solo cup with like looked like a rum and coke in a solo cup right next to him. Plus, he had either a vape or something like that as well. That he was like.
I saw him vape.
Sipping on, yeah. He was vaping. He was like drinking, and just like, okay, I don't know quite the rules of wedding DJs. Are they supposed to be drinking? Is that right? Is that not right? I get the vibe. Like, you can probably drink as a DJ, and it's fine. But is it really courteous to be hired and have a drink in your hand the whole time? Like, you should probably wait for that permission, maybe. But whatever. I didn't say anything. If he does a good job, it didn't matter. But yeah, he comes up to me and Emma, and he says, "So just to make sure I'm playing this song for yours and your mom's first dance, and then this song for you and Emma's first dance, and then the father-daughter dance. It's Dancing Queen, but then it goes to Dancing Queen back to back." Like, that's what I'm reading here, and I'm like, I'm just trying to figure out what do you mean Dancing Queen back to back? There's only one Dancing Queen. We're not. Nowhere on this list did I say play it twice. And I can't even go into explain why he was saying that it thought it should be played twice. I'll show you guys after, because I can't even begin to. It's like a really weird thing that he thought, but he was convinced that we had written down that he wants Dancing Queen and then the next song to be Dancing Queen again. I'm like, oh my goodness, like no. It's this song and then it's changing into Dancing Queen and that's it. It's done. So we're like, oh boy, like let's see what he does for that. And he kind of messed up Emma's and her dad's thing. They didn't quite get he didn't play the right Dancing Queen version, and he didn't quite, which kind of messed things up. But that was the biggest hiccup of the night. And like I said, these guys had such a fun time dancing and stuff that it made it go by well, and everyone still had fun, even though that every song he played was on our do not playlist. Yeah. Get Low,
Cha-Cha Slide,
YMCA, Chicken Dance.
Every song but the Chicken Dance.
YMCA was a huge hit.
I know, and that's what I mean. Is like at the end of it, he didn't play the songs we wanted, but the songs he did play, we had fun to them. We liked them. We enjoyed them.
Yeah.
Two things about the songs. I loved walking out to Let's Get It Started. I thought that was a great, obviously.
Yeah.
Checks out there. But then when we sang, is it just called Hotel by Pitbull?
Yeah.
And we all stayed at the Quality Inn, and everyone on the dance floor was screaming, "Hotel, motel, Quality Inn," and it just kept going and going and going, and I liked that part.
He also he didn't know how to switch the songs up either. Like he didn't know how to like transition the songs.
No.
So I'm convinced that he had zero experience on the technology he was using.
First day of the
because
job.
he got thrown in by this guy from the company, like, you're taking over this wedding.
Poor guy.
And I think 9 times out of 10, maybe at a southern Manitoba wedding, you'd get away and people would be like, this guy was sick. Not when you got me and like Emma being like, we got songs, we got music, and I know how to DJ-ish. I know like what's good and what's not good.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're faking it, I'm gonna catch you for sure.
Caught him.
And this guy jumped into the wrong wedding to
That's funny.
to DJ for off the bat to try to get by. But
Oh, that was funny.
I looked over one time too when he did manage to get the dance floor going. He was standing up and he was like getting into it. I think he was kind of getting pumped up, like, yes, like I'm
I
good to
did
go.
it.
Did you see him? Like he was like actually getting into it. It was like, oh, like I think I'm actually doing it right now.
Oh,
First day of the job.
Yeah.
He was fired up.
Yeah, and then he goes to go home and tell my mom all these things, and that he was taking drinks from the bar and showing up to the open bar and helping himself every now and then. He played a song and just show up to the bar and grab a drink and then go back and tell him, like, I didn't know who told him to do it, but
Yeah.
he actually told my mom that the groom said that he can help himself.
Wow.
I'm like, I did not tell him that. No way did I tell him that. That's what he said to her.
oh my god.
Why
And
would
then-
you pick the groom out of all the people you can
Yeah.
pick from?
Yeah, just pick some random guy over there.
That guy over there.
Yeah. And then he's like, he pulls up his van too, like right there. He leaves her a bit. And
Oh
also
my God.
He leaves her a while. And
When
I see
people
him pulling up
actually
his
the van, I didn't realize that was his van.
Yeah.
But when people started to show up for the wedding at 4, this van just drove right across
Yeah.
the grass. It was like
Yeah.
a beautiful setup, and he's just driving right through. I'm like, who is this guy?
That was him.
That
and
is
then,
too funny.
And then he said that he was heading back, and then my mom was like, "No, you're not heading home." And then he said, and then he changed his story to that someone from the company was picking him up.
Oh yeah,
It was
I'm
like,
sure.
no, like no. So then we monitored him, and talked about taking his keys away, and
Wow.
yeah. He probably ended up, if he left, I can't even remember. I think he ended up leaving, but it wouldn't have even been. He was there late. Like,
Wow.
but just a
What a
gong show.
character.
Overall, just a little bit of a gong show, but it ended up still
Well,
being a great day.
99% of the people were still dancing.
Oh,
It did
yeah.
not
Yeah.
matter.
Oh, yeah.
That's
yeah,
funny,
we
though.
have to know. So we have to know who the guy was in the Hawaiian shirt and what is his story.
His name was Gord Caustic. He was my dad's really good friend, I think, from Kenora growing up.
Gord,
Yeah, Gord. And
Good name.
Gordy.
his story, what do you want more of his story? I guess he was just dad's friend that got an invite because of family friend, and he's from
He had an absolutely hilarious outfit on.
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone expected me to have this outfit on, but no. He had his big red Hawaiian shirt and his shorts walking around.
Yeah,
and
He had a bow tie.
let's
black
just say
tie
he
wedding.
might have stood out a little bit.
He did have a bow
He
tie.
had a bow tie, but it was like, it was a collar.
Mhm.
It was
Oh,
like
yeah.
a legit bow tie. It lit up too.
Yeah, he showed up to the black. No way, it lit
It
up.
lit up. He had a button in it. It was like, whatever. It had like a ring light going around the bow.
Gord.
That's what he does. Black tie. He has to make sure he dresses
He
nicely.
must have had a modified invitation
And then
letter.
I noticed, this was before the sun even went down, was that he's just sitting back in his chair at the dinner table with the biggest cigar.
Yeah.
Just like leaning back, just like not talking to anybody. But this was probably like before like the dinner was even served, and just sitting back and
Oh, yeah.
puffing his cigar. And
Yeah,
Loving
that was
life.
hilarious.
Guy's guy.
Yeah.
I brought him out on the dance floor the one time, and yeah, it was fun. How about Lefty on the dance floor
Lefty
though?
dropped it. He
That
had
was
a great
good.
song. He came out for low, actually.
Yeah. And he went low.
And I danced with him. I did low with
Yep.
him.
Lefty had a good
That was
moment.
legendary.
That was his
His
wedding
moment.
moment.
He knew he had to come in there.
He had to do it
because
once.
all you guys were there, and that he was
He
gonna
had the
be
biggest smile
hyped
on his
out.
face.
That he had to come and have a moment on the dance floor.
Sorry, wife. No, first lady is what he said.
Oh yeah,
The
the
first
first
First lady, I got attend. I got some stuff to attend. And then next
My
thing you know,
boys are here.
Bottom jeans.
My Nashville boys are here.
Yeah. Oh, too funny.
Yeah, we have a couple more here. So, who would you give the who would you give the best dancing award to out of all the Hockey Guys members?
great question. Man, I feel like I wouldn't be able to fairly judge this because it was so hard to keep track of all you guys on the dance floor. There was a lot of people on there, and at all moments, sometimes I was with Will, sometimes I was with Taver's section, sometimes it was like Cuddy. Oh,
I know who I would give it.
I really need to think about this. Best dancer.
You thinking about Quick Feet,
Quick Feet, as in
Sweaty Back?
that, or I was.
The thing is, I didn't see Johnny too much to really say. I think
I know who I would give it to. Plaid suit.
Oh, Plaid Suit was good.
Dave.
Dave was really good.
Sleeper.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to call out of that decision making because I just couldn't keep an eye on everyone enough.
I was gonna say Johnny or Dave.
I would give it to Pat because he pulled out his.
Forgot about Pat.
He pulled out his move where he drops to the floor and twists and gets up.
Yep.
Did you see him do
Hey,
that?
I saw that.
He wiped out too on the dance floor.
Yeah, he did.
Like hard.
But that's what he does best.
And his girlfriend got the
flowers.
bouquet, yeah. And then he was really going, hey.
He was pumped.
He was pumped. I'm getting married. Tell him about you texted him after because he wanted to be in a TikTok video, and the video did pretty good. So he was monitoring the comments.
Yeah, he was checking the comments to see who was like chirping him or something. But that's the guy that you saw in the first drink, last drink video was my friend Pat that I roomed with in Omaha. So he got in the video. Perfect video for him to get into.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he killed it.
That
for
kid
sure.
is hilarious.
So
Rumor has it he wasn't allowed inside of your pool.
Yeah.
From the last
true.
wedding.
No,
Or what
just
was it
from the last
time he was there.
He was over. He went swimming and he was all dirty and swam in our pool. He was full of dirt, full of dirt. We had a shop. We're in our shop, and then in the shop he was walking around barefoot and like bareback, and he had like dirt and stuff all over him. And then he was in our pool later. So
well, he still found a pool.
Yep.
Yeah, he still found the pool.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I know you obviously have a lot, the whole day, everything, of memories and moments and all that stuff. Could you give us a top 3?
Top 3 moments, memories.
Don't have to be 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah.
Just 3.
Well, the ceremony, I think standing up there. I don't want to say the sermon part because that went by so fast. It's hard to like soak that part in when you're standing up there and like there's talking going on, but I don't think you truly remember everything that's being said. But the stuff that sticks out is just like when she's coming down the aisle, that part is unreal. I think the leaving the ceremony part was fun. When everyone's throwing the flowers and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So I think that was definitely one of them. The entrance, man, it's so hard. I think the speeches really for me were actually really enjoyable. I enjoyed that part. Went by weirdly fast too, but I enjoyed a lot of like listening to all the speeches, and the fact that they were like funny and everyone was kind of getting into them a bit was really fun. It made even doing the thank you speech part, which somewhat was not like nervous about, but I was kind of like, okay, I just want to get that over with. Like coming up to like talk and stuff, I just kind of wanted to get that pass. But
you chirped your dad on that.
It made it easy. I came up with that on the spot too. I was like writing my notes when I heard my dad mess up some things. I was like, all right, 3 things first. First of all, like mentioned TikTok and whatnot, and then corrected my dad because he messed up saying the word physiology to physiology.
That was so funny.
Physiology.
He's like, physiology.
Taver was dying laughing at that. I was looking at Taver. He was
I
dying
could definitely
laughing.
see
He was
that.
like crying laughing.
Oh my god.
That was great. And then
Paul said something really funny to our table at one point.
Man. So hard. I think just like being on the dance floor in the moment. Boot Scoot was awesome. That was really fun. I have a really funny video of Cuddy, what he did during what's that one song? Lonely World Took the Midnight
Don't
Train.
Stop Believing.
Don't Stop Believing. He did a really funny thing. I haven't even showed you guys the video, but he's like looking at the camera and then he like looks away and dips Kennedy and then like disappears almost. It was like it was crazy video, but yeah, I'll have to show you guys that video.
Thought he was in a movie.
Yeah, he looked like Freddie Mercury or something with his mustache. Yeah, I think seeing everyone for the first time was awesome. Like that Cole, like my old roommate from Omaha, seeing him from the first time was really good. That he came out and could say hi, though. Those moments were awesome.
Yeah, it was just great.
I think just
all
the
around.
stories after that we get to have from it really stand out as being
I will never
a lot of
forget
fun. Like
getting on that coach bus at 2 a.m. back to Winkler, seeing all the wounded faces. Everyone danced their hearts out.
Yep.
yeah,
Fell asleep on the bus.
Yeah.
That's when you know it was a good night.
It was pretty quiet.
Everyone had smiles, but everyone was quiet.
Get me home.
yeah. Or
Good
you-
wedding.
Did you have another one?
Yeah,
Or-
I think we did get through a lot of them. I would have to say, talked about the crying, the best dancers.
I would have to say
Hiccups.
my predictions that I had beforehand. If I was ranking now, that the whole thing would have been everyone gets number one.
There we
There
go.
was
Hey.
there was no
Pat on the backs, everybody.
through the emotional side to the fun side to the dancing side. I think everyone gets number one for being like the best sports and just so fun
Yeah.
to everybody. Like I think you guys connected with certain older people there, like Emma's parents.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys end up talking to any other rest of my family, or I don't even know who you guys all talked to.
I had
to be
so many
honest.
random conversations with a lot of people. We've all seen Wedding Crashers a few too many times, I think. We knew how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess one of the last ones would be for us three. Did anyone, or I guess after going to that wedding, did you have some notes you maybe jotted down of what you'd like to see in yours?
Notes. I didn't take any notes, but I definitely want to have it on my own, like an own venue.
Mm-hmm. I mean, do it on ours.
No.
Every year.
Like,
That's what we were saying.
Keep the
Someone was
tent
saying that though every year we're coming back to that yard.
Yeah.
I want to find a spot where there's no rules. And
Yeah, I think that's the way to go. I been to other ones where they flick the lights on you at 11 p.m. Like that's way too
Time to
early.
go home.
Yeah.
Way too early. You have to really enjoy it. For me, you have to stay there because everything goes by really quickly, and you have to talk to almost everybody there. Sometimes you only say one conversation with one person. Luckily, like you guys too stayed till 2, but to have that with everyone, you have to be there for a long
Yeah.
time.
I think something that would have been really fun, and I mean, your parents probably did not want any of this to happen, but as if we just camped out in your yard.
Tents.
Oh yeah, that would have been unreal.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I'd already been tenting them.
No,
I
Frizz-
slept
Frizz
in a
wouldn't
bed
want
with Trey. That was good enough. But
it. Yeah, it's like
I'd-
camping.
something
What time did you end up going to bed?
like 3:30 or
Jeez.
something. We were
Tired.
just doing the
Do you know what-
classic
do you know what
lounge
was
in the
funny?
hotel.
Funny was that like we took that limo to Winnipeg after, fell asleep on the limo. All of a sudden, boom, I'm in.
Did the driver?
Oh, that's what
no,
we were saying.
thought he was going to.
We're like,
man.
there's
Actually?
no way they're gonna stay up. That'd be an impossible
Yeah.
drive that
yeah,
late. in
the
dark.
driver. The funny thing is that we were standing outside. You guys had left. We're standing outside. Driver's just standing there, not saying a word,
we
but
all
just
saw.
politely standing there.
We gave him thumbs
Go
up.
in the house. We pack my suitcase, load up the limo. Driver's standing right by the car. Now I'm just like, soon, like, yeah, be right there. Like I knew he wanted to go to bed so badly. He has an hour drive,
on.
hour drive and an hour drive home still. Knew that he just wanted us to leave so badly. So just like nods his head, and then I leave the limo where he is to say bye to my mom. She's still talking to the DJ at this point, and
Oh.
my cousin's there, and then Emma's parents and my auntie and uncle, and then again 5 to 10 minutes extra just talking. I look around, limo driver's standing right behind me there, still just oh yep, sorry, like I'm coming, don't worry. So he takes us
Yeah.
to Winnipeg and get to the hotel at 5 a.m.
Wow.
In the room, because my mom actually didn't know when we were leaving the next day, no idea. So get there, there's a bottle of champagne, macaroons, and cake
Wow.
in
More
the hotel. I'm like, we're not touching this.
Yeah.
Didn't touch it and just left at 8 a.m. the next morning.
So you're there for like 3 hours?
Yeah, 4 hours. Left at 9.
Wow.
But yeah, the champagne,
Crazy.
the cake, and all that food didn't even get touched.
Jeez.
I know at my wedding, I'm definitely having some charcuterie cups out front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love them.
You gonna replicate that?
Those are good so people don't get hungry right away too.
And like it's something for everyone, and
Yeah.
you can go back for a few.
Carbs of hunger.
I think the worst thing is when people get a little hungry when things do take long, because ours did take long to get to the speeches, is that as long as people aren't hungry and they can get their drinks and mingle around, I think then you're good to go to delay it as long as you want.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What about you, Yelly?
Oh, I was gonna say same thing as Will. My parents have been telling that to our siblings, like my siblings, to do like a backyard wedding, for the exact reasons that you listed off this whole time and what Will said.
Yeah.
You're on your own
It's the
terms.
way to do it, yeah. You're on your own terms. It's a lot more work. Work's a lot of fun, though. I did enjoy that whole week of setting up. Felt like that whole process lasted a lot longer than just showing up to something and leaving. Like getting to set things up with Emma's parents, with her, like doing it ourselves, like making the little signs ourselves was.
Yeah.
I think that it's worth the time for sure if you like doing, like if you like building that stuff, and you have the resources to do it, then that would be my advice.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, thanks for blazing the path for us.
Yeah.
One heck of a weekend.
Take what you liked, ditch what you didn't like, and
Everything but DJ Avi.
we'll keep on having fun weddings like that.
Yeah, it's
Use
good.
the same jokes that my parents did.
Yep.
Just to keep recycling the jokes.
Tell them to bring that old farmer sign that they brought out. This is what you're gonna look like in 60 years. That
Oh, yeah,
cardboard
that was
sign.
Yeah.
That was funny. I'm surprised no one brought that on the dance floor.
Oh, I guess never thought of that. That would have been
Dang it.
hilarious.
Yeah.
I thought of it and I kept forgetting about it. I looked at it, I was like, all right, I'm gonna wait for the time to
We
bring
should have
this
went and
on.
got the two
We should have
scarecrows in
brought
the
that
front
sign
yard.
here.
Yeah.
We should take that sign to the office. I should get that from them.
Tell
and
Emma to
It could
bring
be
it
your new
down.
wall.
bring it in here.
Yeah. That was funny.
Yeah, the scarecrows.
The scarecrows.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was for me definitely best day. You can't top that. I don't really think. Like I was skeptical of being like best day of your life. Like I get it, but I've had some we've had awesome days, like awesome days. But it's still like I think pulled through like best day of my life. That was.
Was
Was
a
very
hit.
grateful.
Was good.
Smash
I was
it.
very grateful.
Thanks
for
for inviting
everything.
us.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks for being my
Yeah.
friend.
Thank you guys.
I know we were just there to bring the energy, but thanks.
Yeah.
No, it was a heck of a weekend, and Lawson and Emma was a beautiful wedding. All the boys had fun. DJ Avi hopefully made it home safe, and
Hopefully his next gig is good.
He might not be a DJ anymore.
I think he's good luck, actually. He's got to
After
do
he-
all of ours.
After he
Yeah.
gets that email.
You're
Yeah.
fired.
After his manager gets that email.
That dang fever. But thank you, everyone, for listening, and Lawson for having a sweet wedding. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and give a little congrats to Mr. McDonald and Mrs. McDonald. They would greatly appreciate that, I'm sure. And yeah, we're off to Toronto, so the next episode, we might be in Toronto. Who knows? But thank you so much. Anything else, fellas? I'm kind of rambling.
Thank you for 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. It was a pretty cool
yes.
accomplishment.
Very cool.
Very pumped about that. We love the YouTube viewers. I think that's one of the big pillars in this brand and show is that you guys on YouTube that want to listen and watch. So
Yes.
Thank you very
Appreciate it,
much.
everyone.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Cuddy, sign us out.